Hey everyone, welcome back. We're getting down to business today and, packing our bags, virtually speaking, of course, because we're going to dive into the European SaaS market.
Ooh, exciting.
Right. Specifically, we're figuring out how to make it big with B2B in media, entertainment, and telecom over there. And to help us navigate, we've got our hands on a strategic roadmap for SaaS solutions by Adrian Janin.
Oh, I've heard good things about that roadmap.
It's really insightful, especially if you're thinking about expanding into Europe, which, is kind of what we're all about today.
It is. And what's really interesting is the roadmap really digs into this growing need for strategic sales outsourcing, which can be a game changer for cracking the European market.
So we're breaking it all down, what makes Europe unique, how to pick the right partners, the good stuff. So Europe, right. Everyone's talking about it, the huge opportunity for SaaS.
It's huge.
But this roadmap, it doesn't sugarcoat it. It's not as easy as just doing what worked somewhere else.
No, not at all.
It really highlights the cultural differences and just how tech-savvy European customers are.
Yeah, it's like Europe isn't just another market. It's a whole different ballgame.
Totally.
And one of the biggest things to understand is GDPR. You probably heard of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But this roadmap, it goes beyond just, checking the compliance boxes.
Right.
It shows how much data privacy matters to Europeans. Like, it's a core value.
Yeah, it's more than just a technicality over there.
Exactly. And the roadmap actually had this case study where a company saw a 20% increase in deals
Wow, okay.
just by really nailing their GDPR compliance. They made respecting user data a key part of their pitch, and it resonated so well with those European clients.
That's huge. So getting GDPR right, it's not just about avoiding fines, it's about building trust from day one.
Absolutely, because trust is everything in that market.
Okay, so we see how important it is, but GDPR can feel pretty overwhelming, especially if you're new to Europe, right?
That can be. And that's where, finding the right local partner can make your life so much easier.
Makes sense.
It's not just about language. It's about understanding those unspoken rules, the cultural nuances that can really make or break a deal.
It's like, do you go for the handshake or the kiss on the cheek?
Exactly. And speaking of partners, the roadmap really stresses going beyond just the cheapest option.
Which I get it can be tempting when you're starting out.
Oh, totally.
Hmm.
But the roadmap argues that it could actually cost you more in the long run if you just focus on price.
Really? How so?
Okay, think of it like this. Would you trust a heart surgeon just because they had the lowest consultation fee?
Okay, probably not the best example for my hypochondria, but I get your point.
Right. You want someone with experience, expertise, someone who understands exactly what you need, right?
Touché. Expertise over bargain hunting. Got it. So we're looking for a specialist, not just a general practitioner.
Exactly. And the roadmap breaks down 4 things to look for: solid GDPR compliance, a real grasp of European culture, tech expertise in your specific field, and a proven track record of success in the European market.
So it's about finding that perfect fit, someone who gets you and gets Europe. So finding the right partner, it's not just about ticking boxes, right? Like the roadmap goes beyond just cutting costs when it comes to outsourcing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It talks about agility, innovation, all that good stuff you can unlock when you have a real partner by your side.
It's like having the right partner, they're not just an extra set of hands.
Yeah, right.
They become a real extension of your team.
I like that.
They bring that local knowledge, those market insights that you can't get if you're like a million miles away.
Makes total sense.
The roadmap uses the term strategic advantage.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
And that's really what it is.
It's working smarter, not just cheaper, right? And one thing that really stood out to me was how the roadmap talks about these partners helping you tap into these cutting-edge sales technologies, which, let's be real, feels more crucial than ever.
Oh, for sure. The SaaS world moves so fast.
Exactly. So what kind of technologies are we talking about?
Well, they highlighted intent data analysis, which I think is super cool.
Okay, break that down for me. What is that?
So imagine, right, you get real-time insights into which companies are actually out there searching for solutions just like yours.
Whoa, hold on. So you can see who's interested before they even contact you.
That's the idea, their pain points, even their budget cycles potentially.
Okay, that's some next-level intel. No more cold calling into the abyss.
Exactly. You're targeting companies that are already showing interest.
Now, that's what I call efficiency.
And it gets even cooler. The roadmap talks about some partners. They're even using AI to make those outreach efforts even more personalized.
Oh, wow. AI is everywhere these days.
It really is. Picture this, your sales team, armed with AI-powered insights, reaching out at the perfect moment with the perfect message.
Okay, that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It's the future of sales.
Yeah, Sign me up for that future. But beyond AI, what other trends are shaping this B2B outsourcing landscape, according to the roadmap?
Well, flexibility is a big one.
Okay, in what sense?
So it's not just about these rigid one-size-fits-all contracts anymore.
Right, because every business is different.
Exactly. It's about finding those partners who can scale their services based on what you need at that moment.
So whether it's seasonal changes or like a sudden growth spurt.
Or even if you're just, dipping your toes into a new market, you need that flexibility.
Agility is key. It's like the SaaS world is a roller coaster. You need a partner who can handle the twists and turns.
Exactly. And the other big trend is this focus on, like, hyper-personalization, really putting the customer at the center of everything.
Because at the end of the day, it's about building those relationships, right?
Yeah, the roadmap predicts that the most successful partnerships will be the ones that are all about those deep, long-term connections with clients.
So it's not just about closing the deal, it's about nurturing that relationship for years to come.
Exactly. And this is where that cultural understanding that we talked about earlier, it becomes even more crucial.
Because trust and rapport, that's the foundation for everything.
Exactly. It's about speaking their language, understanding their values.
It's about building those genuine connections that go beyond just business. It's like everything's connected, right? The GDPR, the cultural awareness, the tech, it all builds on itself to, create this foundation for success in Europe.
It really does.
And this roadmap, it really hammered home that Europe's not just like a stationary target. It's constantly evolving.
Absolutely. And you need to be ready to adapt with it if you want to thrive there.
Right. So it's more like a journey, not just a one-time launch.
That's a great way to put it. It's a long-term partnership, not a quick fix.
And that's where I think choosing the right partner becomes even more crucial, right? Like you need someone who can grow and adapt with you.
Exactly. It's about having a shared vision for the future, for sure.
Speaking of the future, any final thoughts from the roadmap on how businesses can stay ahead of the curve in this evolving landscape?
Well, they really encourage businesses to think about how these trends we've discussed, the AI, the flexibility, the customer centricity, how they might specifically impact their particular niche within the European market.
So it's about taking those broad trends and really zeroing in on how they might play out in your specific corner of the world.
Yeah, like let's say your SaaS solution is all about video streaming, right?
Okay, so very hot market right now.
Huge. And the roadmap pointed out how big the demand for localized content delivery is in Europe. Like people want subtitles, they want different languages.
Of course, it makes sense. Different countries, different languages, different expectations.
Right. And a forward-thinking partner, they wouldn't just try to, shoehorn your existing platform into that market. They'd be thinking, okay, how do we tailor this for those specific European languages and those cultural preferences?
It's like adding that extra layer of customization and care that really resonates with people.
Exactly. It shows that you understand them,
Absolutely.
and that you're invested in their success.
It's not just about making a sale, it's about building those long-lasting relationships.
Exactly. And that's what this whole roadmap boils down to, I think.
Yeah.
Really understanding the nuances of the European market, having that foresight, anticipating where things are going.
It's like having a roadmap, literally.
Right. And using it to chart your course for success in Europe.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, for our listeners out there, if you're looking to make your mark on the European SaaS scene, this roadmap, it's like your secret weapon. Seriously, take the time to really dive in and think about how those insights apply to your specific situation.
I second that. And remember, this was just a taste. There's so much more to uncover in the full roadmap. It's well worth a read.
It is. And we always love hearing from you. What are your experiences breaking into the European market? Share your stories, the good, the bad, the ugly. We want to hear it all because your insights are just as valuable as ours.
Absolutely. Let's keep the conversation going.
Exactly. So until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep diving deep.